Hey everyone, how's it going? It's the chemist here. Hope you're all doing well. Got a quick little video here on nicotine and how nicotine works. So nicotine, you get it from, I'm sure you know this already, but you get it from cigarettes, cigars, vapes, gum. You can get it from patches nowadays. You can get it from quite a few different places. The way the nicotine works in your body is it works on the acetylcholine receptor. So if you want your body to utilize, a vitamin, a drug, your body actually has to have a receptor for it to be able to use it. So in this case, you have acetylcholine receptor, and acetylcholine has many functions in the body very similar to nicotine. And nicotine is very similar in structure to acetylcholine, so nicotine can bind to this receptor and your body can use the nicotine. So that's how it works, through the acetylcholine pathway. That's how it's going to give its effects. From there, it affects quite a few different pathways. First is adrenaline. It's going to cause some adrenaline to get released. It's going to perk you up a bit. It's going to make you feel more focused. It's going to release dopamine. Dopamine is a very important neurotransmitter. It makes you feel pleasure, makes you feel good. It's released when you eat, released when you have sex. It's released when let's say you have a gambler and their bet comes in. It's released then. It's very important to life, and it makes you feel very good. That's also probably one of the main reasons people have a lot of problems with addiction with cigarettes, because it directly affects your dopamine, and dopamine is kind of responsible for addiction, but I'll go into that in another video. Next, glutamate. Glutamate is a neurotransmitter in your brain. Glutamate affects learning and memory. So if you're using nicotine, it's going to increase your glutamate levels, and this can potentially help. Let's say you're studying, might help you learn something, might help you remember something a bit easier. Finally, it's going to affect your endorphins. It doesn't have a major effect on your endorphin levels, but it does affect this pathway slightly. So you're going to have a slight increase in endorphins, and endorphins, they increase your pain threshold, so you don't feel pain as much. They give you a euphoric effect. Just a general good, high, warm feeling. That's what endorphins do. And you have endorphins naturally in your body anyway. It will just increase the amount of endorphins slightly. Next, I'm going to cover a couple of the negatives. I don't want to cover the obvious ones like cancer, diseases from smoking, because most of us know about this anyway. I don't feel like I need to go into it. But one problem is that nicotine has a very short half-life. So 1 to 2 hours is how long it takes for half the drug to leave your system. That's part of the reason why when you smoke, or if you're a smoker, you're going to have to keep smoking very frequently to keep your nicotine levels stable above a certain level. Otherwise you're going to not be feeling these positive effects anymore. Next problem is desensitization. So just like any drug, if you're using it for a long period of time, you're going to need more and more to get the same effect from it, because your body is very clever. It knows where it wants to be in terms of balance and homeostasis. So your body is going to downregulate your acetylcholine receptors, and you're just going to be less sensitive to nicotine, and you're going to need more to have the same effect. And that obviously means your natural acetylcholine is going to be less useful as well when you're not smoking cigarettes. But this desensitization is also part of the reasons you get withdrawals, or it is the reason why you get withdrawals. So if you suddenly stop smoking, you've been smoking for a long time, your acetylcholine levels, your nicotine levels are going to be a lot lower than baseline, and this is going to down-regulate all the other pathways that I was talking about earlier. It's going to bring down your endorphins a little bit. It's going to majorly crash your dopamine. It's going to reduce your adrenaline a little bit. It's going to cause all these dips, so your levels are going to be lower than a normal person who doesn't smoke. It's going to drop below what your level would be naturally, and this is going to cause some negative effects. So if you've ever smoked for a while and tried to quit, I'm sure you're aware of this. It's going to give you anxiety, maybe depression, insomnia, increased appetite. Obviously all these symptoms are different between everyone else, but you're likely going to have one of these symptoms. Yeah, so that's why you feel the way you do when you try to quit cigarettes if you are a smoker. But it doesn't matter, because if you do quit, then after a couple of weeks, a month, depending on each individual, your neurotransmitters, all these levels are going to resensitize and you're just going to feel normal again. So I don't want to focus too much on the negative. It's mainly trying to explain how these pathways work and how nicotine works and why it makes you feel how you feel and why it has these certain effects. I don't want to keep this video going for too long. I want to keep it short and sweet. So if you have any questions, just leave a comment in the section below. If you want me to make another video, if you want me to go into more detail on anything I covered, just let me know. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.